Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Becoming a Powerhouse Brand. Today I'm very excited because I have the lovely Katie Godfrey, which I'm sure you probably all know on here, who's going to be talking about her journey into being an absolute powerhouse herself as an entrepreneur, from where she got started and also how she's raising her own little powerhouses. So Katie, over to you. Could you just give us a bit of an introduction as to who you are and your journey, basically? How did you get started?
Yeah, of course. So first of all, thank you for having me. I've been in business for 15 years now, so quite a while. I started with my salon, which I still have to this day, which then turned into also a training academy, a product range that we distribute worldwide, coaching, which I've been doing for around 6 years, and also a podcaster. So extremely busy, got my fingers in lots of different pies.
Love it. And how did you actually get started? Because I know you started quite young, didn't you, with your journey as an entrepreneur? So what was that like first stage in your business?
Well, I dropped out of school when I was 13 due to being bullied. So at that point, I was like, oh my God, what am I actually going to do with my life? I actually started modeling in that time. So that helped me massively with building my confidence. But what I didn't realize until looking back now, that in the modeling space, I was full time for about 7 years. I was marketing myself constantly,
Yeah.
not actually realizing that was helping me massively now in business because you're really selling yourself. So you're trying to get on castings, and when you're on castings, you're selling yourself to try and get the job. Then you're doing invoices to your agents, and you're trying to do networking with photographers. So there was so much when it come to building the business, like at such a young age, at like 13. From there, I had like about 18 years old, I had lots of my agents turning around to me and going, "Hey, do you have a model for this job? Do you know a model for that job?" Because you have to have like, I don't know, depending on what the casting's for, a certain color hair, certain color weight. Like you have basically a catalogue of different models on your
Yeah.
books. And we was getting so much call for that. I was like, I'm just going to do this myself. Like I know so many people in the industry now. I'll just create my own agency. So I done that at 18 years old in my mum and dad's office at home. And I absolutely loved it. I was like, how am I getting all these models literally working for me around the world? It was it was insane to even think that that was a thing. And from there, the story goes that I loved like tanning basically, and I really wanted a tanning shop. And I always used to go, oh, when I'm 30, I don't know why that number was in my head, but when I'm 30, I'd love my own tanning shop. So when I was working from home in my mum and dad's office, I was getting so sick of working from home. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm working from home now and I still hate it. Um, Working from home, and I was like, I really want to meet my models. I want to be able to measure them myself. I want to be able to do their portfolio work with them. Why don't I combine this academy with a talent shop? And I found this building and I combined the both. And it was literally within the matter of months that everyone's going, oh, do you do this treatment? Do you do that treatment? And I was like, there's obviously a call for a beauty
Yeah.
salon. So I closed down the agency, even though I was so worried to do that, and turn it into a full-blown beauty salon. And obviously, this is 15 years ago. So if you think back 15 years ago, it was mainly hairdressers, and they might have had a room rental for beauty. There wasn't that many standalone beauty salons. Obviously, now they're on every corner, but back then it wasn't that popular.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I guess you didn't have the online world as well then, like for actually promoting your business then. It was very different.
so different. I mean, it was all newspaper articles, like putting an ad in the newspaper, and Facebook was like just coming on the scene and being
Yeah.
popular. Like, so completely different. But that was my journey.
I love that. And I think it's you are just like a born entrepreneur, aren't you? You were just not designed to kind of follow the path. And I think that's what I'm finding so empowering when I'm speaking to people now is we're programmed as kids when we go through school that like this is the kind of path you need to go on to university and do all these things and going along the route of what society expects us to be. But actually, there's never any encouragement when you're at school that actually you could do your own thing and create your own life. And when I'm connecting with these other people that have created their own amazing business, that have all just thought, "Do you know what? I'm not going to go down that path. I'm going to create my own thing." And I just think it's so empowering and inspiring, isn't it, when you get to connect with other people that have just gone against the grain and gone with what feels good for them.
Yeah, I do think you can just create like the life that you want. And I think we
Yeah.
can get so hung up with what society tells us to do, whether that's make sure you save up and buy a house, or make sure you finish school and get good grades. Like, who says we have to do all of these things? Like, you can design it how you want.
Exactly. And you're obviously juggling business with being a mum as well. And I know from following you and working with you that family is really important to you and having that freedom that you get to go and travel with them and just be in full-on mum mode with you. So how have you found actually sort of creating your empire while also being a mum?
I've loved it. I mean, we have a good life, don't we, Lola? I have loved it. But has it been easy? No, definitely not. I mean, learning to do that juggle, especially that I had the businesses before Lola was here and Brody, my son. So the businesses were my baby. Like, that's all I could live and think for. But as soon as they come along, I'm like, okay, the business is no longer my baby. I have real babies. It's just been really making sure that I focus my energy 100% in the business when I'm working in the business, and then 100% on my children
Yeah.
when I'm looking after those, rather than trying to do this crazy balance act, because I've tried that and it just doesn't work.
It doesn't, does it? Not at all. It's just, it is hard, like you say, when you are trying to be in both those different modes at the same time, like it just doesn't work. You have to make sure that you're prioritizing, like work is work and family's family time. Um,
Yeah.
do you feel like there was a point in your business, in your journey, like no matter what it was that you were doing at that time, where you thought that like this is it, I'm stepping into something incredible here, like things are really ramping up and just going so well? Do you feel like there's like a point in your career where that's happened?
Yeah, I'd say there was 2 points. One point was when I fell pregnant with Missy here. Um, because I was very much like doing the day-to-day, working in the business, having no time. And when I fell pregnant with her, I had to step out. I had to like turn it into what I'd call a real business, making sure that it was kind of running without me and turning passive. So that was a turning point. And then when I started selling franchises of the salon, that was like a massive turning point for me. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, people actually want to buy a franchise? So that was pretty crazy as well. I would say they're my like two key things. For there's loads of things that have happened in my journey. I'm like, oh my God, that was such a point for me. So yeah.
I love that. Would you say there's like one highlight so far that has happened to you? I know you've done like loads of things from speaking, you're hosting retreats all over the world. Like, what would you say is your biggest highlight at the moment that you like just think that was amazing?
I think my biggest going way back was when I won Eyelash Technician of the Year 2014, because back then awards weren't really a thing. Like, they were very, very hard to win. It was like really new for our industry. And that completely changed my career. Like, being able to say that we was award-winning salon and I was award-winning lash tech. And that's how went from being like an okay salon to like busting at the seams.
Yeah.
Whereas now everyone kind of wins these awards and it's not as special as what it used to be back in the day. But that was a real like turning point for me.
Amazing. And you've obviously got your own product range as well. Do you want to talk about what you've got on offer?
Yeah, so I have my own product range. Most of it is to professionals. So those are already eyelash technicians or salons, and then they basically will buy in our stock. We do have products for consumers as well. So we've got like a lash lift, a lash serum, lash and growth serum, and we have brow glues. So they're the two products that we have for the public to buy directly from us.
It's so cool. I just love that you've got like multiple layers to your business where you've got all these different offerings. So how do you, because I know obviously you're sort of known in the beauty industry, but I know you don't always just work with people in the beauty industry. So how do you support people from a coaching point of view, and what kinds of clients do you tend to be working with now?
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say my niche is beauty, being hair, beauty, aesthetic, like business owners, whether they work solo or their salons. But I'm working a lot with coaches at the moment. So those that are starting up, those that want to do more digital products and sell passively, and those that want to do online courses, because I've done all of that. And
Yeah.
all the masterminds that I join or the coaching that I have personally is all to do around with that business too. I've been coaching for 6 years. That has literally skyrocketed a crazy amount in the last 2 years. Sometimes I just literally find it hard to believe that like this is even life. But it's gone so well. So I love now being able to teach other coaches to be able to do the same.
That's amazing. And you obviously host retreats as well. You've not long come back from a retreat. Where was that one?
Yeah, so I have just come back from Marbella, which wasn't my retreat, that was the mastermind that I was on. I hosted a retreat in Marrakesh in January, which was amazing. And then next year I'm going to do Marrakesh again and we're going to do Marbella again, but they'll be my retreats. So yeah, if
Amazing.
anyone wants to come on.
And who doesn't love a retreat? They're so good. So you've obviously built this incredible business, like you're raising your beautiful family, but you're also juggling homeschooling because I know for Lola, school wasn't really the right fit for you, was it? I'm so pleased that you've come on here, by the way. Um, how are you finding the juggle of obviously when you're in mum mode, you're in mum mode, but homeschooling is a whole other thing. So how are you finding actually homeschooling as well as doing everything else?
Homeschooling's hard. How do you find homeschooling, Lo?
I find it good, but I miss my friends a lot.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
Who
am
misses her
learning
friends?
more.
She learns, you've learnt more, haven't
Yeah.
you? So for me, it was like I'm no way sacrificing her mental health over school. Like it's just
yeah,
not happening. I think especially with my background, it literally was not even like a thought process. After her not liking it for a few months, I was like, we're out. I mean, she's never loved school,
yeah,
but when it was really starting to affect her, like no chance was of having that. So I pulled her out. We have online home learning, so basically like private education, but for online, where she can do anywhere. Like there's kids in on there from like Dubai, isn't there?
Yeah.
And
Africa, Asia,
yeah, lots of
places
different
like that.
countries.
amazing.
And yeah, so it was really, really good, but she does miss that connection. For me, I would be like, sometimes I think I'm crazy doing this. It hasn't been, again, it hasn't been easy at all, but I done it for her and I feel
Yeah,
that she really, really needed that. But the mum guilt actually around homeschooling is so much worse. I think a lot of home education kids, their parents don't work, or like one parent will be at work and the other parent will obviously be doing home ed with
yeah,
with the child, so they can go and do classes. There's so much out there for home education children, it's incredible. There's loads of classes, you can go to the zoo on like home ed days, there's loads you can do, but I've got 3 businesses, that's just not happening. And part of me doesn't want to do any of that stuff either because I love work. So it kind of, I feel bad when I'm like, Lola, I'm podcasting. Can you make sure you're quiet for a few hours? Or I'm on calls. Can you be quiet for a bit? Like, I don't want to be that mum, even though
yeah,
you don't, do you?
No.
She doesn't, she's so used to running businesses with me that she's really cool about it. But I too still feel bad because I just want to pick her up from school and then be mum for a few hours before she goes to bed.
yeah. How are you finding homeschooling, Lola, then? You enjoying it? Apart from
Yeah.
obviously missing your friends, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But you've not just been doing homeschooling, have you? You've been going to, you went to an event I saw earlier this year for entrepreneurs. How was that?
That was good. I loved the loud music a lot, a lot. It was
I
quite long. It
love it.
was.
Do you think you're going to run your own business one day?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you got any ideas what that's going to be?
Yes, I have
Have
actually.
you? Could you tell us about this idea?
Yeah. So I'm thinking of like making a business of like you can go anywhere you want, do whatever you want, get your dream job, and like yeah.
It's basically a business that she wants. So whereas it's like this huge building and you can go in there and do like performing arts, singing, dancing, or any other job, but you learn it there and then you go off and do your own business from there.
I
Like
love
never
that.
heard of any type of business like this, but she's had it in her mind for a long time now.
I love it. So it's literally like a hub for people that want to go and create their own businesses and whatever it is they love to do. That is such a good idea. You need to go with that and keep me posted with what's happening with that. That's amazing. So you think you're going to go and build your own business? Do you like beauty? Do you think you'll ever go into that industry, or are you just like not into that at all?
I do like beauty.
Yeah.
I think nail art would be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She always comes into the salon with me, and when we're in like team meetings, what do you do in team meetings?
Oh, in team meetings, I go in them and I actually do the job. I
You do
do.
the job.
Yeah, I always make a team meeting about customer service.
I love that. So what could you tell me about customer service? What's important when it comes to customer service?
Wow, they don't serve me drinks. They serve everyone else drinks, but not me. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, that's terrible. That is bad.
I'm always like, you can get your own drink, it's your salon, and the girls say that. They're like, just help yourself. It's just like, no, it's not good customer service. I don't get an offer to drink.
You get offered a drink.
It's because they're scared they'll get the sack.
They better be scared of me.
So Lola, what is it like having an absolute superstar mum who's built an amazing business for herself, where you get to travel and go to these amazing events? What is it like having a mum like that?
It's fun. I'll just sit still, being quiet as me, so then I can go on holiday. Hip hip hooray.
Oh, I love it. There's some good perks then, aren't there?
Yeah, she
How would you
definitely.
both say that you support each other?
Mm. Oh, how do I support you? I think I'm a really good, or try and be the best mum I can be. But I'll always support Lola on whatever she wants to do. Obviously, when it comes to the homeschooling, I've done that. She's going to go back to school in September and try a brand new school in a new area, new friends. But again, if that doesn't work out, then I'll just put her out again. And when it comes to work, like who knows at the age that she's at, she's 8, what she's going to go on to do. I
Yeah.
mean, she's definitely got some entrepreneurial spirit in her. I see it every single day, and she just amazes me in what she comes out with. But regardless what that is or what she decides to do, as long as it makes you happy, because life is way too short, then I'll
Yeah.
support whatever she wants
Absolutely.
to do. She's got my back in. How do you support mummy?
I support you by staying quiet.
Same way. Oh, you also look after Brody a lot.
Yeah, I look after Brody because I love him. So
Oh,
Yeah,
he
she's
is
very,
cute.
very good at looking after her little brother.
yeah.
Oh, and I think it's so lovely, like because at the age of 8, you don't need to make any decisions. And even at the age of 18, when schools put some pressure on you into you need to decide what you're going to be doing to then go off and do whatever it is you want to be doing, that you don't have to decide. And I think even as adults, like we're always chopping and changing or getting new ideas or building on growing our own personal brands and what we're actually doing. So I think it's really lovely to sort of hear your journey, Katie, of how you've kind of gone down different routes. And I just feel like the energy that you give off now is that you're just really genuinely happy with what you're doing and where things are going.
Yeah, I'm super, super happy. Like, I just can't imagine doing anything else. But at the same time, it is also really stressful. And I don't want to ever give out this like persona of life's amazing, nothing bad happens, like it's
Yeah,
all smooth sailing. Like it's not like that. You are still always riding that like roller coaster of business all the time and putting out fires when it comes to teams or things happening. But I can't like see myself doing anything else. I think I'll always be in business of some sort, and I think just supporting other people is definitely what I was put on this earth to do.
yeah, 100%. I'm exactly the same. What is going to be next for Katie Godfrey and your empire?
Well, I'm writing a book. That's like my
Nice.
newest, biggest project that I'm working on at the moment, which I'm super excited about. So, heading a book, and that's going to be coming out in April 2025.
Amazing.
And so that will be the launch date. So that's my sole focus at the moment with building my mastermind. So I have 2 masterminds that I've recently launched, and I've just kind of figured out that that's where my true passion is when it comes to coaching, like bringing communities together, high level coaching. So they're the 2 things that I'm focusing on now.
Amazing. And what about you, Lola? What's next for you? Obviously, you're going to be going to a new school in September. How are you feeling about that?
I'm excited.
Yeah, make some new friends. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited but very nervous because you have to drop me off at Tesco's. I gotta walk Tesco's to school all by myself. Otherwise, it's against the rules.
Yeah. She had to do a little walk to school because you're not allowed to park at school. So it's all very new for her, but she'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It'll be amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I can't wait to see what's happening next. And Lola, I'm very excited to hear about all of your business. I think in 10 years' time, you'll be coming back on here just talking about how you've already done it. You've built this massive empire. You've got all these people coming to this building, and you'll just be jetting off around the world celebrating. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you guys for coming on, and I will speak to you soon. I've also put in all the details in the notes below. Katie, how can people work with you if they needed any support with growing their business in the beauty industry or outside the industry? What can you help with?
So I have lots of different packages regarding one-to-one, masterminds, retreats. If you check me out on Instagram, which is KG_Katie Godfrey, that's where I generally hang out, and then I can see what's suited best for you. But I focus on all areas of business, from marketing, personal branding, PR. We do a bit of everything.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this podcast episode. If you're ready to unlock the secrets of building your own personal brand, head over to my website, baileyandrue.com, where you can grab my free Brand Brilliance Blueprint today. It's your roadmap to success in the world of branding. And hey, let's stay connected beyond the podcast. Follow me on Instagram at baileyandrue for daily inspiration, behind the scenes insights, and exclusive content to fuel your brand journey. See you there.